I was born without bones in my toes on my left foot, and on my right foot, my big toe is normal, but the other four are just different.
Seeing how Sierra was embarrassed over the years as she grew up, it was heartbreaking.
I did gymnastics when I was younger, and I told my mom that I wanted to quit because I didn't like it. It was too much stretching, but in all reality, I quit because we had to have our shoes off. I would always try to cover my left foot up with my right foot. We spoke to a few different doctors, and they basically said there was nothing that could be done. When I got into high school, it became more of a problem as far as the activities that I did. I played basketball. I think it really affected my ability to jump, because when you jump, you push off of your toes, and I didn't have that. Since I don't have the toes to kind of take some of the pressure off the bottom of my foot, hard calluses would develop on my big toe and the ball of my foot. And they're really thick and uncomfortable. I never really could wear heels because I didn't have that balance and that support. I really only go barefoot when I'm at home. When I'm in public, I always make sure I have my toes covered. And I know in the back of my head, no one's gonna think differently of me, but it's still that, everybody stares. I do not want to live the rest of my life with my feet and my toes the way that they are.
And bravely joining us in her bare feet, I might add, I'd like to welcome Sierra to the show. Her mom, Rochelle, joins us in the front row as well. And when I read that with your now fiance, you didn't show him your feet for 4 years.
Yeah.
And so, everyone think about that. Here she is bravely sharing this insecure part of her body with the rest of the world. And, I just met your mom out in the audience, and I know as a mother, you're trying to protect your daughter, and you know that she is so ashamed of a body part. That's gotta be hard as a mother.
Yes, very hard. And when I did not know until the other day that she didn't show him her feet for all those years, and that just was heartbreaking.
So I'm sure that I speak for your fiance when I say you are such a stunningly beautiful woman, and I can guarantee you that he loves every part of you.
Including the feet.
Including the feet, but this is an interesting deformity because it's what we call a congenital deformity. It's thought to occur in utero, and these thin bands of tissue kind of stretch across the amniotic sac that you're in inside the uterus, and they can cause compression. In some cases, they can delay growth. I think there were probably a couple of things going on in your case because you don't have the bones there in your toes, but there's also tissue deformity. And sometimes it can be a lot worse, believe it or not, if it affects both hands, both feet, even the face.
I've seen it in the hands, amniotic bands, constriction
so have
bands.
I.
And it's not just cosmetics, as Sierra mentioned. This is physically challenging for you. I'd like to welcome to the show Dr. Bradley Lamm, who's the head of foot and ankle surgery at the International Center for Limb Lengthening in Baltimore, Maryland. And I know that you've examined Sierra, right? Or you've seen her toes, you see what's going on. Is there any hope? Is there anything that can be done in her situation?
I have a procedure which I perform, which is a minimally invasive procedure. It's called distraction osteogenesis, where the bone in your toe is broken, and we put an external fixator on the outside of the foot, a clamp, which gradually grows the bone. It allows your own bone to heal and lengthen to get you that toe position and the toe length you're looking for, not only from a functional standpoint, but also a cosmetic standpoint.
And Drew, what about the skin? Isn't that good news? So there might be sandals in your future. Well, what about the skin, though, Drew? Because the lengthening the bones is one thing, but then there's skin.
That always is an issue when you're using this distraction technique. That's why you do it slowly. And I guess you'll just have to wait and see how well that lengthens, and if you have to add skin in the form of skin grafts.
Yeah, exactly. Usually some of the techniques allow for the skin to lengthen with the toes, so that it shouldn't be an issue. So pending further consultation, I'd like to offer you a wedding gift of my services free to help you.
How's that?